Now, the Sixth Amendment. The Sixth Amendment guarantees to every person the right of a speedy and public trial. A speedy and public trial. So, why should a trial be speedy? Why do we want it to be a speedy trial? What was that?
It costs a lot of money.
Because it costs a lot of money. There's a more important reason.
So they can't put you in a gulag.
Yeah. Basically, you could be innocent. You didn't do it. So we're trying to avoid handcuffing you, putting you in jail. We leave you down in the dungeon for 5 years. Finally, because the wheels of justice move slowly, we drag you up out of the dungeon. We bring you out in front of the judge, and the witness goes, "Oh, that's not the person. That's not her. What happened to the 5 years that you just sat waiting for your trial? Can you ever get that time back? No. So anybody can file a lawsuit. You can be accused of anything, whether you're innocent or not. But there is a possibility that you're innocent. And the goal is to infringe upon your liberty as minimally as possible. We want to get this over and done with, because if you're innocent, you need to be allowed to go back and pursue happiness your way. Now, what about public? Why would you want the trial to be public? You know, you want everybody airing your dirty laundry out. You know, we're going to have you on television, and you're going to be going over why you were wearing that kind of a dress at that particular hour. You want to have a public listening to all that? Why is a trial supposed to be public?
Star chamber government.
To avoid star chambers. What is a star chamber?
Like the judge, jury, and executioner all in one.
That's right. We grab you, we take you behind closed doors, and we hear punching and ouching and chairs breaking and screaming and bamboo under the fingernails. And an hour later I come back and go, well, he's guilty. Now he's dead. Do you feel warm and secure that we've had swift justice? Does that make you feel good about your judicial system? How does that make you feel?
Terrible.
Why?
Because you didn't get due process.
Because you could be next. I mean, it's bad enough that the other guy is dead, but what's to distinguish him from me? Right now, we've got the Military Commissions Act. All the President or the Department of Defense has to do is label you an enemy combatant. You are an enemy combatant. Purple sweaters or enemy combatant day. And so you can be dragged off to Guantanamo Bay with no phone call, no lawyer, with no indictment for an indefinite period of time. Because you were an enemy combatant. Does that sound like freedom and liberty to you? Does that sound like a United States dedicated to freedom? That sounds like a third world country to me. That sounds like an excuse that we would give for sending our troops in and blowing up somebody else's buildings. We've got all these troops over in Iraq so we can have free and open elections. Hell, I'd love to have those troops come back so we can have free and open elections in the United States. But the idea is that we have speedy and public trials so the government doesn't get carried away. So the government doesn't go out and violate somebody else's rights. We, the people, are supposed to be watching each other and protecting each other from the government. And we get a notice in the mail, it's like, oh man, I got jury duty. Son of a... That was the weekend of my ball game. I'm going to go play softball. And so what? You sit out and you give your little written excuse, and they let you off the hook? Oh man. Whew. Man, this is the big playoff week too. How do you think the person who is on trial feels? There was a comedian that I used to listen to who said the thing that scares him the most is being tried by a jury of people too stupid to get off jury duty. I mean, I've been to some trials. I went to a trial in Pennsylvania. It was an IRS tax case. I am not exaggerating or elaborating. The jury was asleep. They didn't care. They deliberated for all of 30 minutes because it was a Friday and they wanted to get the hell out of there. You're guilty. I'm going home. Is that justice? Is that the kind of liberty and justice that you want? Imagine yourself accused of something that you are not guilty of. You are absolutely not guilty, but somebody's accused you of it. And now you have to defend yourself. And you got 12 people over there in the jury box dozing off. Rights and responsibilities are the same thing. They are opposite sides of the same coin. If you want freedom and liberty, if you want a fair trial, then you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to serve your jury duty with pride, because you can do jury nullification. You can sit there and pay attention and go, that's a stupid law. You go, yeah, but it's on paper. I don't care. It's a stupid law. I'm not going to send somebody to jail for parting their hair on the wrong side. It's a stupid law.
But don't mention jury nullification in front of the court, because they'll kick you out of there so fast and make your head spin.
Well, again, I teach an 8-hour class and we go into law, and people are usually, I mean, this is really an Alice in Wonderland aspect of our government. But we have the right to this jury trial. You have a right to the assistance of counsel for your defense. You have the assistance of counsel. Now, if someone is assisting you, who's in charge? You are. I'm the mechanic, and you're going to be my apprentice. You're going to be assisting me. Hammer, screwdriver, pliers. You're assisting me. I'm the one who's doing it. So you have the right to have someone assist you in your defense. So then who would be in charge of your defense? You are. Because you've memorized the Bill of Rights. You understand what your rights are. Who is going to defend your rights more passionately than you are? Nobody. So the court system will say, well, we'll assign you an attorney. That's not what I want. Assistance of counsel for my defense is not the same as a court-appointed attorney, because that just automatically puts me into your statutory system. If I go to, if I want to take a 5-year-old and enroll them in school, okay, I pick the school, I pick the teachers, I pick the classes that they're going to take. The 5-year-old doesn't do that. The 5-year-old is incompetent to do that. I do that. As soon as you hire an attorney, as far as the law is concerned, you are incompetent in the eyes of the law. You may as well be 5 years old, and the judge and your attorney are going to make your decisions for you. They're going to make decisions about your life because you are not capable of doing so.